Captain Forest here, bringing you guys my death battle prediction video. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about a little bit about Spawn and some Ghost Rider. I'm not super knowledgeable on Spawn when it comes to cosmology. I've heard bits and pieces in the community, such as Universal Plus, Low Multiversal, Low Multiversal Plus, Multiversal Plus scaling, and potential, outerversal scaling. But please, if you guys know more, please jump in the comment section, give me your thoughts, and I'll be happy to read them. Now, I do know a little bit about Spawn's arsenal. It's mainly derived from his necroplasm. Now, necroplasm in Spawn does affect you on a spiritual, mental, and physical level. He can do a lot of things with his necroplasm. And he also comes equipped with his chains. He has his weapons. He also has type 7, immortality, since he's basically dead. You can't kill what's basically dead, basically. So he does have some things going, working for him in that department. He does have some resistances as well, naturally. And yeah, Spawn is a little hard to take down due to some of the, resistances that he has and some of the immortalities. And of course, he has a way to amp himself, because I believe every time his heart beats, it amps him by 100 times, which is very impressive. So there's a little bit about Spawn that he brings to the table. Now, my main bread and butter going into this will be about Ghost Rider. I'm a little bit more knowledgeable when it comes to, Ghost Rider in comparison to Spawn. So I'll go and dive into a little bit of that, and I'll talk about who I think wins more often than not. Now, for those who don't know, please check out those videos that I've done in Marvel. I talk about the hierarchies, I talk about the scaling for Marvel. So essentially, where Ghost Rider pretty much scales, pretty much placed in the verse, he's easily outerversal, high outerversal, boundless, if not extraversal if you use those tiers. Now, this derives from, I believe it was Ghost Rider 2006, where Ezekiel tricked Johnny Blaze's brother into giving him the Ghost Rider powers, and essentially he took over heaven. And it's even stated that the Ghost Rider's powers is it literally threatens all of creation, Ghost Rider's existence alone as well. And that's how prominent Ghost Rider is when it comes to the hierarchy. Now, when we talk about creation in Marvel, it's all about context. Even if we mean on a low ball scale, this could mean like the sixth or the seventh, or potentially even the eighth cosmos, in the Marvel cosmology hierarchy. So easily, low balling, this would put, Ghost Rider easily outerversal, high outerversal, boundless, and extraversal. And this is also impressive for Johnny Blaze himself, Ghost Rider, because he went on with his brother to defeat Ezekiel, who had those powers. And of course, Ghost Rider has other feats of beating up other characters. He's defeated Mephisto, he's defeated Thor, he's fought heavy hitters, he's done it all. So Ghost Rider has just a plethora of feats that already put him in those scales, and he would scale to or downscale or scale to or be relative to some of the other characters. Now, when it comes to hacks and abilities, of course, and also, real quick speed, Ghost Rider easily has immeasurable, irrelevant speed. I've gone over it multiple times on my channel. Please check that out. But anyway, over to hacks real quick. Ghost Rider has his penance stare. The penance stare is very powerful because it can affect you on a spiritual, mental, and physical level, and also it can affect you on a conceptual level if you want to make those conceptual arguments. Now, what makes the penance stare very dangerous is because it bypasses certain resistances. So the thing is with Ghost Rider, because there's a lot of context behind the penance stare and Ghost Rider can view anything as a sin. Even logically, let's say being a nice person wouldn't, normally fall under the criteria of a sin that would actually make you unsinful. Ghost Rider doesn't care. He views everything as a sin. You could be the most nicest person in the world. The penance stare will work on you regardless of what you are as a person. And it works against people who do not care about the penance stare, or simply, just don't have any regret or any remorse. And the penance stare also incapacitates, it leaves you a bumbling mess. It affects you on such a degree where you're just incapable of combat. So that's one of Ghost Rider's dangerous techniques and abilities. Another thing about Ghost Rider is his Hellfire. His Hellfire affects you on a spiritual level. Again, you can make conceptual arguments for his attacks. So Hellfire itself is very dangerous, especially if it hits you. So again, there's many statements of Hellfire affecting and burning the soul, because that's essentially what he does. And of course, Ghost Rider comes equipped with his chains, he has his motorcycle, and pretty much just his basic stuff. Now, as for resistances, Ghost Rider also has a lot of conceptual resistances and standard resistances. Death Axe doesn't work on him. He's resisted mind manipulation. Possession doesn't work. So you have characters like Rogue, who possesses she basically has a billion psyches in her head, and she is incapable of standing Zarathos, the power of Ghost Rider. She couldn't even withstand that type of power. So he has billions upon billions of layers of possession resistances, mind resistances. That's just how powerful Zarathos is, or Ghost Rider itself. The power itself, it's just profoundly and incomprehensibly powerful. Even characters like Rogue, she has billions of psyches and souls, because this is the thing about Rogue from X-Men. When she touches you, she's not only taking a piece of your mind, she's also taking a piece of your soul, because that's what she does when she manifests herself to take on such powers. So again, resistances on a spiritual level, just loads, that's a low ball, that's a finite resistance feat. Obviously there's just higher levels of that, of course. But yes, Ghost Rider, loads of resistances. He'd resist a lot of Spawn stuff just fine, honestly. Now, in terms of who I think wins, I've got to give this to Ghost Rider, just due to the cosmology difference. Marvel is just a complete juggernaut in comparison to the Spawnverse. So personally, I think it's just going to be a speed blitz and a one-shot if they was to fight. However, when it comes to Death Battle, they don't use multiversal stuff. I think the best they probably might tap into is universal stuff, basic, celestial body scaling, finite high universal stuff. So things on that caliber. So they'll probably stick with those type of feats. I'd be very surprised if they use anything higher. Now, if this was equal stats, it'd be a lot more competitive. However, if we consider just how powerful Marvel is and, conceptual attacks and all those things, Ghost Rider would be able to take the victory. Even if you argue Type 7 immortality, Ghost Rider himself has ways to deal with that. He could simply incapacitate Spawn and leave him a bumbling mess with the penance stare. The penance stare's OP. One penance stare and that, just like that, Spawn is done for. And I really don't see Spawn resisting something on such a high caliber scale of a move. So I personally think it's going to be a one shot, and hopefully I think Death Battle will probably give victory to Ghost Rider if they get the right, researchers, if the team is competent enough to scale Marvel and competent enough to understand Ghost Rider and his powers. But anyway, that's my thoughts. And again, none of Spawn stuff's going to work on Ghost Rider as well. He just has great resistances. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Please let me know your predictions and your thoughts down in the comment section. But yes, it's been real. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.